everybody. Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT Radio. Yeah, we'll have Mr. Michael scoot up here to the microphone for the radio. And welcome everyone watching us on BTC Fiber TV, Channel 18, and BTC Fiber YouTube. Don't forget to go to BTC Fiber YouTube and check out every episode of the Albert and Billy Show on there. And you can see all of BTC Fiber original programs on BTC Fiber channel, the YouTube channel. And we're getting that closer and closer to the magic 1,000 subscribers number. I looked at it. It's really close. It's painfully close. It's 900 and something. So keep it coming, folks. We appreciate that. And as you see with us today, our special guest today is Mr. Circuit Court Clerk, Mr. Michael Walker. Hey, buddy.
How are you?
Doing just fine and dandy, like a hard candy Christmas, man. I tell you. How are you doing, Pop?
Well, I'm not falling today.
That's a win right there, folks. Let me tell you. Sorry, Papa. Couldn't pass it up. But we do. But that's a good thing. I'm glad you have not fallen today.
For sure.
That's a good thing. I figured you'd say fire to Midland. First time I ever heard the saying fire to Midland was from him. I have never in my life heard that.
Really?
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay.
It's old terminology that old folks always used to say.
That's for sure.
But
Because I did not know that. I didn't know what he was talking about, Michael, when he first said it.
but
the
people that used that expression did not know what it stood for. It is really a grade of cotton, fair to Midland.
You got to be kidding me.
But
I did not know that.
well, I told Joel Stanford that one day, and Joel Stanford's a smart cookie, and he said,
That's
"Albert, are
funny.
you telling me the truth?" But people pick up old sayings passed down from generation to generation.
Well, there you go.
And you
That's
don't always
true.
know what they mean, but you don't care.
Not really.
Yeah, I agree.
But I would never guess that, though, that it's cotton.
No.
That's pretty good. I always manage to learn something from you, Papa.
Thank you.
Every week. Well, we want to wish some people a happy birthday. We had quite a few people. Looks like 5 or 6 people with birthdays this week. So I want to wish happy birthday. Most of them were actually, every single one of them was yesterday. That might be a first. Every one of them was yesterday, Thursday, the 14th. So here we go. Happy birthday to Beverly Hodge. Happy birthday, Beverly. Happy birthday to Ben Harmon. Happy birthday, Rita Bickford. Happy birthday, Kim Hanna.
Yeah.
Kim Scarborough Hanna. Is she still living in Dayton, or are they back
I
up?
don't really know.
I can't remember now. Have to let us know, Kim. But I hope you had a great birthday, though. And Mr. Dion, I'm sure you had a great birthday. He's always having a good time, so.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Little Don is what I always call him. And I forgot, producer is on his way, but so forgive me, folks. I better get these though. Papa, there's Carrie and Tom. Okay, Papa, we're not gonna do many though. We always have several announcements. Michael will be my lifeline this week, Papa, on trivia.
Oh, my. That's kind of scary.
Scary thought, isn't it?
Scary thought.
This is. I'll do that one because it's kind of long. Let's see here. I just want to make sure. The kids' day camp. That's
It's
next week, right?
Next week.
I'll do that one.
They get a breakfast and a dinner.
That's pretty good right there. Let's see.
The cost is $25 per child, but
Okay.
if they do not have the money, don't worry about it.
Well,
Now, where's that at?
you can't beat that, folks.
Where's that going to be?
First Southern.
First Southern.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about, folks. It's a kids' day camp. at First Southern Baptist Church. And Papa, as I give Papa some announcements, I ain't gonna let him get off scot-free. That ain't a happening.
You're very thoughtful. You're very thoughtful.
I believe he gave you all of them.
But we were talking about though, kids. It's a day camp, and they've been doing day camps there for a good while. But that's pretty cool about the breakfast and dinner, though.
It's kindergarten up to 5th grade. Also.
Okay. Well, and it's K through 5, and it's going to be July 18th through the 21st, folks. It'll be from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. And like Papa said, breakfast and lunch included. You can't beat that. And you can sign up online. Papa, I'm sure can help you with that, right, Papa?
I'd refer that to the secretary.
He will not touch a computer, Michael. Will not touch it.
I can't even spell computer.
But you can sign up online, folks, if you want to. Go to I'll just say the letters. How about that? myfsbc.com /day camp. That's how you can sign up online, or you can just call the church. Give them a call, 447-2849. But it does say no transportation available, right, Papa?
Well, no, there's no transportation.
Okay. All right. So that's once again this upcoming week, July 18th through the 21st. And I need to mention about the Methodist Church, their Vacation Bible School. Same dates, Papa. July 18th through the 21st also will be the start of Pikeville United Methodist Church's Vacation Bible School. It'll be from 6:30 to 8 p.m. each evening. Bring a friend to VBS at 7 Methodist Street, which is right here in downtown Pikeville on Main Street. And it ends with a blessing of the animals.
Yeah.
On Thursday at 6:30 p.m.
That happens.
Bring your pets. I don't know that I've ever heard of that.
It happens once in a while, and even on television, the big churches will do it sometimes.
Really?
Catholics, I guess, started that. I don't really know.
How do I not know that? Have you ever heard?
I haven't.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better because that's another thing I've never knew.
Well, a lot of people have pets, and they will take advantage of this.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a good thing. I just had no clue that they done that. But that's really good.
Some people get so attached to their pets.
Well, it's hard not to. I agree. Yeah.
One of the ladies that
they're like having kids, and because they're a lot of work too.
One of the ladies that I visited quite often, Ophelia Cooley.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Ophelia. How you doing?
She had a dog that she had for 16 years, and the dog died.
Oh yeah, that's hard. She
doesn't want to get another pet.
I've heard so many people say that. She
missed that dog so much. I mean, the dog followed her to every room she vacuumed.
Right.
Yeah, you do miss them, and one of the main reasons you don't want to get another is because you don't want to go through that hurt again.
That's it.
That's what it is. But it is hard. It's hard to lose pets. Sure is. Well, Michael will be interested in this. He's been out there already today, early voting. It is officially underway, isn't it, Michael?
It is.
Today was the first day. It was today from 1 to 4 p.m. So tomorrow you guys can vote 9 to 12 noon. And then Monday through Wednesday of this upcoming week, the 18th through the 20th, it'll be 4 to 7 p.m. And Thursday and Friday, the 21st and 22nd, it'll be 1 to 4 p.m. Saturday, the 23rd, will be 9 to 12. So is every Saturday 9 to 12, Michael? Okay. And then Monday, July 25th, will be 1 to 4 p.m. as well. And then to top it off, Tuesday, July 26th through July the 30th, that's the last week of early voting. It'll be every day from 9 a.m. until 12 noon. And then, of course, you got Election Day, the 3rd, 4th, yeah. And polls open, what time do they open? Isn't it 7?
9 to 7, isn't it?
It's 9 to 7.
I'm pretty sure it's 9 to 7 though.
Well, you know, I mean, I believe, yeah.
So I don't believe that open at 7.
No.
Yeah, that does. Yeah, that seems a little bit early, don't it? Yeah, we'll go with 9 to 7, folks. If that's
just
not
go
right,
early vote.
Yeah, just show up and early vote. That's the point. Don't wait till the last minute. You don't have to worry about that. But early voting is underway, so be sure to get out and vote, folks. All right. And now we're going to hear some announcements from Papa.
On Tuesday, next Tuesday, the 19th, there's going to be Give a Child a Chance Day. Rhonda Seals' name is on this.
Okay.
And it's going to be at the gym down at the high school.
Really?
And they're going to give away free backpacks, and those backpacks are filled with school supplies.
Cool.
I'm sure
That's
this is
real
on
good.
a first come, first served basis.
Probably so, yeah.
Local business booths will be set up. There will be health checks.
Wow.
They also want the students that come, there will also be available clean, lightly used clothing and shoes and coats available. And it
Dang,
is
that's a
first
lot.
come, first served. And of course, when the supplies are all gone,
They're
they'll get
gone.
left out.
Right. Good way
But
to
if
put
you
it.
want to find out more about this, you may call Rhonda at 447-6749, or you
Okay.
can call Jillian Brown at 949-4023, extension 152. But
Well, that's
this
a lot
is
to remember. I just called the first one.
this is a good opportunity for the students that are going to be in Blitzville County schools next year
Yeah.
to go and get some free supplies.
Well,
It really
yeah.
is.
I mean, that is
It's
a
a
really
good-
good thing, isn't it?
We
How long
usually
have they
get
been
about-
doing that?
Several years.
Thought so.
I think
Yeah.
we get about 500 crayons, boxes of crayons to give out every year. And usually
Dang.
well, last year, I take it back. Last year we got right around 4. This year we got 5.
Is that just your office? The 500?
Yeah,
Oh,
this
wow.
me
So
per-
everybody.
It's my personal. It's not my
Wow.
office. Yeah, it's my personal.
Well, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
so there's no telling how many y'all total then, are
Yeah.
they? Because I guess everybody
I would
does
think
something.
in the high school alone you have about 500 students.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would say
I
so.
would
I
say
think
you
it's,
do.
yeah, I mean, it's always kind of been on that number, really.
When I was the monitor of the hot lunch in the high school,
Mm-hmm.
we served 4 servings, 4 different sessions.
A, B, C, D.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's how it was.
and I think they changed it later, but
Oh,
you're
they
talking
did?
about 125 to 140 children each session. So that's
Yeah,
gotta be
yeah.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know one thing. I always hated having D section lunch. That was brutal. You had to wait till
Got the
like,
leftovers?
yeah. I never liked that.
No.
Never.
All right. Also, tomorrow morning out at the Mount Crest Fire Hall on Highway
yeah.
30, right where 101 breaks off to the right, they're
Right.
going to have a country breakfast, and it's going to be from 6 o'clock in the morning until 10. So you get to eat for 4 hours.
For one low price.
$8 per serving. $8 per serving.
But that's, as I always say, folks, it's for a good cause. These are volunteer.
This
fire
is for the
departments.
Mount Crest Fire Hall. That's what the benefit. They will be the beneficiary.
That's right.
The menu consists of bacon and sausage, eggs and hash browns, biscuits and gravy, and then they will get another biscuit for the jelly.
The homemade jelly.
And yes, it will be
Yeah.
homemade. And then they have butter to go on that biscuit, the jelly, and they have coffee and milk to drink. But this is money well spent. And if you want to give more than $8, give them 10.
That's right.
It's really a good break.
It
a good
is.
break.
It is.
And,
It
and
is.
I've been out there when people would come and pick up meals to take to their families, and instead of coming there to
Oh, yeah.
eat,
Yeah.
they would come and pick up 5 or 6 meals.
Oh yeah. Think
Yeah.
about that. But I guess they do.
Well, if you got kids to raise, you got to feed them.
They must be feeding quite a few other people's kids too. Maybe they probably do. I mean, there's some people that just do that because they're just good people.
But there's nothing in there about feeding children under 10 free.
No,
Some of-
usually that
Some
is
of
on
them
there.
will feed the child that's
That is
under
true.
a certain
I don't-
age free, as long as there's
You're
an
right.
adult
No.
present.
You have to be accompanied by an adult. That's true, but I don't. Now you got me thinking, Papa. I think this one's always said the same,
Yeah.
though, hasn't it? That's what I thought. And my eyes driving me crazy, guys. This pollen is killing me. I developed pollen allergies about, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. For some reason, they can hit you at any time in life. I don't know why. It's the only allergy I have, and man, it's brutal. It's brutal. Yeah.
Well, I've been lucky. I don't have any.
Oh man, you
No,
are
no.
lucky. This is a brutal one. So I apologize, but my eye is literally driving me crazy, folks. It will not stop itching. All right, well, I can't believe it. I think we're done with the announcements.
Yes, we are.
We don't have the Bledsoe here with us this
No.
week, so usually I would take a look at that, but since it's not
I'll
here,
take my pen.
oh,
I'll follow you home for my pen.
he's never gonna forget about that pen. I tell you what, that ain't gonna happen.
Listen, Carol and I were invited to a home several years ago to play cards, play rook, and we played until midnight.
Hmm.
We went home. I left my pen.
You left a pen? I can't
I
believe
went back to get my pen. 12:30.
That's even better.
Oh my!
I don't buy cheap pens.
You must. No, you don't. You don't. And ever since I can remember, you've always had pens. Like, always.
Good writing pens.
They are. Yeah. That's a good thing you've done all these years is supply pens.
I always buy
They come in handy,
refills
Michael.
for my same pen, and until
Oh.
somebody steals my pen, I keep a pen for a long time.
They are easy to lose. That is for sure.
I don't lose them.
They get taken,
Still.
yes. And for some reason, that pens are, I don't know, people a lot of times do accidentally take them for whatever reason. I've done it. I don't know why.
You won't ever take mine.
Well, you
Right,
always
mine.
remember it. Most people don't even notice, but not this guy. He'll remember it. Well, Papa, since we got the announcements out of the way, we will go ahead and start talking to our special guest today, Michael Walker. Like I said at the beginning of the show, is here with us today. He is the incumbent circuit court clerk running for re-election. So you just heard the dates for the early voting and election day. So, Michael, what's going on? How's it going at the circuit court clerk's
Seems to be
office?
going well.
He's a sponsor of the show, long-time sponsor, so I have to throw that in there. Because that's a good deed.
We're always glad to do it, actually.
I know, and we really appreciate
I
it.
take brownies up there once in a while.
Do you?
I'll tell you a little. I think it's a funny story. Like the first time you ever brought them, Phyllis comes in. She's like, "I just got the weirdest call I think I've ever got up here." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "A man just called. Wouldn't know how many we had working in the office today." And that's all he said. I'm like, "So what do you think?" She's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "You think he's counting bullets or what's he doing?"
That probably scared
Yeah,
y'all to death.
So after that first time, I'm like, and I ate the brownie. I'm like, he calls back, tell me we got an office full. You know what I'm saying? Don't think a pound of brownies will cover this much. They're delicious,
good.
by the way. We appreciate that a lot.
They are.
They
ain't
are
God
good, yeah.
dang, they're good. It's secret recipe, folks.
Well,
but
that's what Paula. I tried to get the recipe off Paula, and she's like,
she don't know it.
yeah, that's what she said. She's like, no, don't
She
know.
comes down to the house once in a while to get a brownie.
Right, they're delicious. They really are.
Everybody does. Yeah, those brownies, I tell you, they're famous.
But I always
Because
thought
I
that
don't
was
even
funny.
like. That's really funny though, because I'm sure Phyllis was
Yeah.
thinking, "Well, are you gonna come
Gonna
shoot
get us
or
all?
what?"
I
That's
didn't even
pretty
think
good.
about that.
Oh,
I didn't know that happened. That's pretty good. I'd give anything to see that.
oh.
Well, how's the campaigning going?
Going well.
Sidetrack there.
Staying busy. Of course,
That we will do. Yeah. Campaigns are not easy, are they?
they're not. We enjoy it. I mean, it's
Mhm.
kind of. A
You
lot of
get to
times
see
you
a lot
get
of people.
pressured on how many. Like
Yeah.
3 last weekend. It's you gotta. It's hard to fit them all in sometimes, but
Yeah.
I've got
yeah.
people that helps me. They've been really good.
That's
all the
true.
support.
Yeah, that's true.
And the words of encouragement, I sure appreciate that from everybody. It's really been.
Yeah. And
really-
I've noticed that. I've seen you get encouraging words from
Oh,
people
yeah, there's
before. That's good.
It's an
people do
it's a
that.
humbling experience, really, to run and
It
to have
is,
and to
isn't
have
it?
your people support, open support. That people
That
have
is.
shown and Of course, with a good early turnout, we had
Yeah.
2,450 complimentary votes in the primary, and we're just
Yeah.
hoping we can get those back out, And
I know
And vote
it's
again.
such a weird experience this time.
it really is.
It really is. We all know why, but I mean, that's what it is. I guess it's historic. We've never had so many races determined in the Republican primary. It's- But it's happening in other places too.
It is,
We're
yeah.
definitely not the only place doing that, but it is very weird, and I guess that's kind of an adjustment that everybody's had to make.
Right, yeah. Just hoping they'll come out, because a lot of people, I've had several people say, well, congratulations, you want, well, I
See,
haven't
I
really,
know,
I've gotta go again.
I know.
August the 4th is my main day. So,
Yeah.
I just hope they realize they need to get back out and vote. We sure appreciate getting the word out and people
Yeah,
coming out to vote, early voting and August the 4th, obviously.
yeah, definitely, folks, because your race is still, on, and there's another Suzanne and Timmy, right?
That is correct. Cold Springs.
Could be another one. If there is, I apologize.
They're the DA and the public defender's got a contested
Oh
race.
yeah.
Far as, kind of-
We had I heard
Jeff
going
Harmon.
run for DA, or no, we had Jeff Harmon,
public
but now he's public defender. The DA was Courtney Lynch, the candidate.
Yeah.
We had her. She was a great interview. Like we'd never met her, but
Oh,
man, she
Right.
she just fit right in, didn't she?
Nope.
That's good.
Yeah. She was. I was really impressed with her. Courtney Lynch. She was from
I
Franklin
remember.
County. Yeah. But yeah, people show up to vote for those races too, so that'll help y'all
Hopefully
out.
so. I
Yeah,
hope so.
because those are big races. But it's hard to know because, like I said, this has never happened.
Right.
We're in new territory with that.
We really are. Everybody says you got to get them out to vote. I'm not really sure how you get them out to vote besides spread the word.
Well, that's basically all you can do.
That's all you can do. Yeah.
Well, you can't put an ad in the paper and say, I'll give you $10 a vote.
No,
might
I wish
frown on that,
somebody
Rick.
would.
Might wind up in prison.
I know. Right? Oh, man.
But one aspect of getting into public life, the way you have, is the opportunity you have every time you rerun is getting to mix and mingle with people and talk to them.
We do.
Because
That's
this
true.
is one opportunity that you will never have afforded
Right.
you any other way.
And I've enjoyed it for the past 12 years, which at this point, I guess I could say I've been running over 12 years because when we started back with Fine, we started before this time of year, the first time we started. And we met a lot of very good people, made some very good friends
Yeah.
over through this. And a lot of, which the thing about my office, I'm gonna, the biggest majority that when you come there, you got some kind of trouble. You're not coming because it's been the best day of your life. Whether it's something criminally happened to you or a civil something. You're coming because there's more than likely there's a little bit of trouble in your life some way.
Yeah.
Whether
Exactly.
whether I owe you money or you owe me. It's or getting something.
Is that where you
stolen.
pay your fine?
It is, yeah.
I remember one time I got caught for having Casey standing up instead of in her seat. And Jamie Robertson was the one that was the incumbent. He was the one that had the office at the time. And he said, "What are you doing in here, Albert?"
yeah.
I said, "I came to pay a fine."
It wasn't the best day of your life. Right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Point proven right there. It's
It's
like,
I had to pay that fine, buddy.
yeah.
fun times, fun, isn't it?
Oh man.
But Michael, when I guess I ask you, if I'm texting our producer if y'all want to know, but when did you decide? The first time you ran, like did you just have like an epiphany one day, maybe, and I'm gonna get in politics? Said I'm just gonna get in politics.
No, actually, what happened was, and I'll never forget it. There's two guys come to me. It was back when Marvin was running for road supervisor. Marvin and
yeah.
Philip Smith was running. They're like,
Yeah,
"Why don't you run for road supervisor?" And I didn't really know
I
Marvin or
remember
Philip.
that though. Yeah,
And I was like, I don't. I said Marvin. He was running against Tom. Then he's running 4 more years. I said,
Yeah.
Marvin's been running for a while, and so
Mhm.
so has Philip. I said, I just don't think I could catch up. I'm like
I
way
get that.
behind.
I get
They're
that.
like, well, just think about it. And I thought about it. I'm like, I even went up and seen what the qualifications was, and I'm like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Then I had another gentleman. He's like, what about the courthouse? I'm like, I don't think I'd fit in at the courthouse. I'd been, I'd been at Lazy Boy and cutting timber for several years. I just don't think I'd fit into the courthouse. And I said, and really, the only person that I don't know is Jamie Robertson. I had nothing against him. I just don't know him. I
So
said,
that's why.
they're like, let's run for that office, and I can help you. I don't know. Let me think about it. And then Lenny and I, we talked about it and discussed it and everything. And
So it kind of got brought up too.
Yeah, it just kind of got brought up to me. And so we put our name in a hat, and 12 years later, here we are.
I know.
Asking for 4 more.
I know.
So
It flies by.
You like your job?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I do. You heard that old saying, you'll never work a day in your life if you enjoy your job. And that's
the truth. That really is.
It's a blessing to be able to work here in Bledsoe County and to serve the citizens of Bledsoe County.
That's good.
In the capacity that we do. It really is.
That is true, and everybody we've had on here seems to be genuine about that.
Well,
that's a good.
Really
I've not
thing,
heard anyone say I detest my job.
No,
Right.
they haven't. They haven't.
Because if they said that, the proper people probably wouldn't vote for it.
Probably so.
Well, yeah, that
they
wouldn't
shouldn't
be the-
anyway, right?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't for sure. But we
And
do
if you have a
enjoy it.
campaign manager, they'd probably have a stroke. If
Right.
somebody said that, that'd be kind of interesting to see too. But yeah, it don't seem like 12 years old, Michael.
It really
don't.
doesn't.
Golly
No.
days, like you blink and it goes
I
by.
know.
Because I remember that well. Just you talking about it made me remember it. I remember
Right.
all that like it was yesterday.
Yeah, it don't seem
Crazy.
It doesn't seem like 12 years for sure.
No. So
You
you
know-
having to go to all these events, of course.
Oh, yeah,
And
We
door to door.
We haven't been
and
as
the
many
media.
door to doors we'd like to, which it's just
Mhm.
it's hard to do with
It's really hard to do, actually.
you got anything. Of course, they keep you busy on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
But we're trying to get out all we can and see all the people that we can. And
Well, that's good. Going to the events helps with that a lot
does.
too. I think
It's expected of you.
it is.
It is.
If you're in the campaign for anything,
Yeah.
if you're running for dog catcher, they expect
They
you to
can
come
be.
buy pie.
That's
I
true.
agree,
Yeah. If a candidate don't go to stuff like that, then oof, it's
Yeah.
going to be really difficult. It's
It
going to
really
be
is,
really
yeah.
difficult to win. And you have to do, like I said, you got to do the media. You got to do the door-to-door, the ground game, so to speak. That's a big part of a
Do
campaign.
you have to kiss babies?
Oh
you
yeah.
need to be for sure. For sure.
Well, what would you like? The Papa, you ask a question. Good grief! I'm just asking everything.
Well, I think that the people that work in the courthouse are a special breed because you have to contend with the public.
You do.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
let me tell you, I worked in the grocery
It's not always
business for
easy.
42 years, and working with the public is not easy because you have to listen to complaints all the time.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
I had a lady one time that came and bought a beef roast. I cut meat for 18 years, and she bought this beef roast for me. The next Monday, she came back in and brought that beef roast back, and she said it was not any good. I said, well, I'm sorry. I said, I'll give you another one. And I did. I gave her another one. But I couldn't figure out why that was the only beef roast that brought back out of all the beef I sold that weekend.
Oh,
But anyway,
good point.
she brought back the second one.
Uh-oh.
And I again made it good. When she came back the third time,
She done it. Yeah.
Man.
I said, ma'am, have your refrigerator checked.
My gracious. Yes.
So, in dealing with the public, you have to bend over backwards,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you're in a service-oriented organization where you're working in the courthouse, most of the positions.
And for the people.
And,
Yeah.
and so I think that those people do a good job, and they do a necessary job, and I'm glad they're there.
Well, we appreciate that. And I tell the ladies, in the office, just like I said, everybody that comes there, not everyone, but most of the people comes there. If we can't,
They're not going to be in the best mood, more
yeah,
likely.
yeah. I mean, if for some reason we can't do what you're wanting, we try to explain to you why we can.
That's good.
It's not like
That would help.
if there are a lot of times you don't understand.
Mhm.
Let's say you got something stolen. Billy was the only one there that night. You didn't see him, but he's the only one there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't swear that he took that. And that
Yeah, that's
seems to
no
be,
evidence.
That
yeah.
seems to be our biggest thing. Like, they don't understand why we can't write that warrant on Billy because,
It's not your position.
But that,
well, you know, you just didn't, you really can't swear that's what happened.
right. And some people
There are
do expect
situations
that. Yeah.
like that you know, that's hard. And I've tried to explain to them, you know, before they leave the reason that we,
And
either that we
that
can or
is a good
can't. I mean,
reason.
you know,
Yeah.
everyone that comes in there is going to be, I mean, I think you could ask anybody that's come to my office for 12 years. You're going to be treated fair and equally, regardless who you are or what you do. It
That's
doesn't,
not the way to be.
yeah, it doesn't matter who you are.
It'll catch up with you.
If you get cussed out, you know.
That has happened.
If you start showing
Oh, yeah.
favoritism, if you start
Oh, yeah.
showing favoritism, it'll show up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they zero in on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And we-
that's
you know,
for sure.
I think if you do it all the way around, you're much better than showing a little. Here
You
and
know,
there,
yeah,
know,
you really are. You really are. And I always said in the world of politics, you are not going to please everybody. It doesn't matter. That's just a fact. You
I don't
cannot
please
please
myself a lot of
everybody.
times.
Right. I think you have to sometimes just take it with a grain of salt. You got to have thick skin.
You do.
That's for sure. And some people don't. And if you don't need to get in the ball games. What I say, not in the world of politics.
I agree. It can be tough at times. It can actually be tough on your whole family.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
it
It does
really
take a toll.
Yeah, it does. It's hard.
I could understand Marvin
Yeah,
in the position he was in
Mhm.
when we went to
You
my
went to a
suppers
lot
and
of
auctions
things, yeah.
and things like that. I would go with Marvin a lot of times.
Mhm.
And inevitably, someone would come up to him and say, I want you to do something for my road.
Oh, no.
I have a hard time getting into my place.
know.
Well, if he had listened to every individual and served every
That's all he
individual,
would-
he would
would've
never
done.
have had time to do the county road.
Right. Yeah.
I know.
So
I know.
I can understand some of the positions are more binding than others.
They are, and some of the positions don't have the money. People sometimes don't realize the money's just not there to fix all the roads or whatever it may be.
What people don't understand about the road situation,
Mhm.
that's not a county
That is
subsidized business.
Right, yeah.
It's done by the state.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
It is.
But anyway,
No, people don't think about that because I forgot about that, but that is true. No, people don't think about that.
But anyway, I'm thinking of those people like you that are in an elected
Mhm.
position. You're in there to serve the public, and if you serve the public adequately and
Mhm.
sufficiently, then you'll be reelected.
Right.
That's right.
I hope people see that. I mean, I feel like we have. I feel like we try every day.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, one big key that I can say, it's definitely good to let people know that you are for the people after watching how the national
No mind.
politicians are acting. I mean, most of them are definitely not for us at all. So it is refreshing to see the local, not be that way because you are there to represent the people.
That's exactly right.
Some of them get, especially in Congress and Senate, they get greedy. They may go in a good person, but
Yeah.
very few come out.
Yeah.
Not up there, they just don't. Which it would be tempting, but that is an important thing. Like it is for the people, so at least here in Pikeville, things are still normal.
Right.
Even though we're having to base everything on a Republican primary, but 2 races. Well, I guess 4. We'll say the DA and public defender. But is there a message you'd like to tell the voters before we do some trivia, Michael?
Well, I just like to say, I do appreciate everyone that voted for me and supported me openly.
Yeah.
And if you didn't support me, as long as you voted for me, I appreciate that a whole lot. Just please get back out and vote. Like I say, early voting is going on now. August the 4th is the main day.
Yeah.
I just thank everyone. It's a humbling experience, and I really appreciate everyone that supported me.
Good deal.
And you do get to meet a lot of people too.
We meet a lot of people.
Yeah. Now that part of it can be fun.
It can be.
Yeah, that part's fun. All right. Well, are you ready for some trivia?
Just happen to have a few ready.
I figured, Michael. Last week they were insane. Jeff Harmon,
Oh, my.
he was on Jeopardy.
He was on Jeopardy,
couldn't answer.
yeah.
He couldn't help me a whole lot with these questions. Last week they were in.
I
they were
remember one
insane,
of them in
Papa.
particular. He said, "Well, Everett, I learned something today."
He did.
Oh,
He
my.
sure did.
Oh my!
Okay.
That's honestly been a long time last week.
Maybe eased up.
I hope
a
so.
lot.
I hope so.
I didn't gear these towards you because I didn't know for sure you would be here. So, number one, Spike or Bruce, what was their last name?
Oh,
Lee.
Lee.
Very
Okay.
Spike Lee, Bruce Lee.
Good job. I got a good lifeline. So,
Two-
yeah.
Was I supposed to
different-
let you answer first, Ben?
Well, no,
Okay.
but you're my lifeline. So if I struggle, please pitch in. But that was good, Papa.
All right.
Start off
And
easy.
these come to me from varied sources, and I write them down.
Yeah. I don't
Never-
know where they come from. Yeah.
I have no way of knowing.
We're digging into this a little deeper.
We are.
When I was the monitor at the hot lunch, I'd be there at the working at
Yeah.
lunch, and something would come to me, and I'd take time to write it down.
Well, that is smart to do that.
Neptune's kingdom. Where is Neptune, the king of his domain?
Oh,
Where is Neptune?
I mean, well, that could be that's a planet for one. I guess we're not talking about that, obviously.
Neptune is a character.
Yeah.
He is a mythical character,
Greek mythology.
Greek mythology. But he has a kingdom that he rules over. Where is that kingdom?
Oh man, you should make that more.
Neptune. Think of the name.
What are we missing here? Neptune.
We might have to phone a friend here.
For real. I mean,
have an option.
absolutely. This would be multiple choice. Are we trying to guess a country?
No, it's not a country.
Well, see, that's a good clue because
It's not
I
a
was
country.
about to. So I clearly have no idea.
The sea.
Narnia.
The sea.
No,
the
wait, that's
nautical.
Oh wait, not what?
Neptune is the ruler of the sea.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say that I was close. I thought you said something, but that is a tough one.
That was
Now,
pretty.
that went from
I
easy to hard.
All right, this one
In
is
a
too. This
New
one's
York
too
minute.
easy. This one's too easy. A
Oh.
cloudy region. Where do you see clouds?
The sky.
The sky. That's too easy.
That
I'll
was,
take it though. After that last one, I'll
Now,
take
if
it.
Yeah,
you
really.
if you work for the space agency, what is the launching platform called?
Oh man,
Whenever you send a
he's killing us,
ship
folks.
into go to the moon.
that really that should be an easy one, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't know it. But I mean, I'm
Well,
sure.
The launching platform. What's it called? The launching
Is it
Pad.
Pad.
Okay.
Okay,
the launching
yeah.
pad.
You kind of overthink some of those things.
I know it because I was gonna say that a second ago. I thought
That's
that's
just
gonna
too
sound
easy.
stupid. That's not
That's why I
right.
didn't say it. I thought it was some.
All right, now
See, he's tricky, man. I'm telling you.
think of the first word, and the second word that goes with it is turvy.
Say what now?
Turvy, Turvy. But what is the first
Okay.
word that goes with it? It's a feeling that you have. It's something you
Topsy turvy.
Topsy turvy.
I can't believe that just popped in my head.
Where did that come from? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I don't
How
even
did
know what
I-
it means really.
How did I write it down? I don't know.
I do not either.
We might never. That's a trivia question right there.
It is. It is.
Hey, there you go. All right. If you're in football
Mhm.
and your school is Harvard, what is your main opponent?
Yale.
Yale.
Okay, I can
Yale.
think who else could it be. All right.
I'm not going to ask you what you call the students that go to Yale.
The students that go to Yale.
That's
If
another,
it's multiple choice, I
that's
might
another-
could answer.
that's another question for another day.
Oh, that's so wrong not to tell us.
We're gonna write this down.
I know. I know.
A night hunter.
A night hunter, like as in dark night, or as
Dark.
in?
He does all of his hunting at night, and he flies.
Whoa. Okay, we're on an animal then. So I was thinking human until you said that.
An animal. Not many animals fly.
Buy it.
Oh yeah, but some do.
Well, bats hunt, but this hunts prey. It hunts animals.
Owl.
Owl.
What?
An owl.
Really?
They
I would've
it's
never.
They will get a
Oh.
skunk. They will get a fawn.
Really?
They will get.
And they hunt an owl.
They do their hunting at night.
I didn't know that.
Now, you
one.
learned
Good
something
job,
today,
buddy.
Billy. You learned something
I
today.
did. I didn't realize that.
Okay, this is the last one.
Oh God. Probably a doozy.
A sound bounce. What do you
What?
call the sound that bounces? If you are,
You're in radio, Will. Let's go now.
if you are,
Some of these clues.
if you are a mountain man in the Alps,
in the Alps, that's the Swiss Alps, right?
all right, in the Swiss Alps, and you want to bounce something off, and you yodel, what are you listening for? You yodel.
Don't say it yet. What you have a guess?
I mean, I'm not sure. I'm thinking it might be like an echo.
An echo.
Okay.
Sound bounce
Oh,
is an echo.
You're tricky. You see how tricky he is? And then and I say this to the audience all the time. If I get a bunch right, instead of saying, "Oh, good job, Billy," and whoever the guest is, well, they were too easy today. Says it every time.
He's right.
He does.
Oh my!
It's like, well,
Oh, you had some pretty
Don't
tough
get-
ones in there today. So
you dang right. They're
he
all-
mixed them up for us a little bit. A few
He
easy
does.
ones, a
He
few tough
does.
ones.
And that's why you never know what's coming your way in trivia.
The first time Billy invited me up here,
Hmm.
I came not wanting to, but he appealed to me. He said, "Papa, I'm here by myself. Come up here and talk to me." Well, I came. I
Right.
didn't have anything to talk about.
Right.
No.
So the next time I came, I was prepared.
Uh-oh.
I came
That
up
is-
with 3 or 4 different categories
that was
I would
smart.
spend time in, and
You
therefore
don't
we
use-
would have an ordered time
Yeah.
together.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of me stabbing at this and stabbing at that, I would spend so much time with trivia. I'd spend so much time with
Mhm.
sports, and then I had a broad category that I called
Albertology.
I
It's
can put
always at the
anything in
end.
there I want to talk about.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I have jokes.
Yeah.
So,
He's been on a roll lately with them. You have.
but I had to come up with something.
Well, you
Oh,
done
yeah.
a good job
Oh,
on
it's a
that.
pretty good show. Right?
Yeah.
But I told Vicky and I told
Well, we
him.
didn't dream it would turn into this, that's
Right.
for sure. But I did not dream that when I made that phone call.
How long have you been doing that?
Since 15.
15.
Yes.
Though the radio now
Yeah.
They
television.
started out on the radio, and then they want us to do TV, and
Right.
we
We've been
said,
on-
yeah, pretty much
We've
right.
been on television 200.
Since 2000, I think that was 2016 that started, and really it started right out of the gate, kind of like the first season, the first few episodes kind of exploded
Right.
on YouTube and stuff, and just blew this one's mind because he don't know about a computer. And then about 2 years ago, it happened again, but it's not stopped.
Right.
They
Well,
just
that's
keep,
good.
I don't know, every one of them just
Yeah.
keep doing it. But if anybody, you probably don't have Translate on Facebook, do you? I don't either. I'm about to say all the time I get letters from people from other countries. If they speak English, I can answer
Right.
them. But if it's
I
not
can't
English,
believe that it goes all over the world.
oh
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
It's
you know
crazy.
what? We got some fans everywhere, and we love all of you.
That's
But I
amazing.
cannot. It just looks like gibberish when it's from like
Well, I'm
country.
sure. Yeah.
So
I mean,
I wish I could answer, but I'm good, but I ain't that good.
Don't give them to me.
Well, Michael, you was a dang good lifeline, man.
Well,
You really was.
I'm really shocked, to be honest. I'll be stumped on all of them.
Well, I never know how hard they're going to be.
Right.
Usually the very few are easy and several hard, aren't they? Well, we're glad you joined us today,
Well,
buddy.
it's a pleasure to be here as
Yeah.
always. I always look forward to coming talking to you guys.
I
Order
know
the
it.
brownies. Oh, the
Yeah,
brownies
he
always
should.
good thing.
Oh, I guarantee you.
It's like a pint of milk. If he's counting on, I'm going to the store to get a pint of milk.
I would not be surprised if you and your workers will end up with brownies
Yeah.
really soon.
All
I know
right.
him well.
Probably one day next week.
I
Good
knew it.
deal.
Told you.
Good deal.
We
We will eat them, I promise you. Yeah. I told my daughter when she was a big brownie, I'm like, Mr. Albert brought us a brownie. I'm going to save you one. I'm going to save you mine for you. She's like, oh, yeah. I can't do this every time now, you know?
Yeah, don't expect it every
Yeah.
time. Have you-
I made 3 batches this week,
Really?
Really?
and I take them around to different people.
So do you make you make batches every week or just
Yeah,
one
every week.
about every week? Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't even know that. Thanks.
I buy my ingredients probably enough to do me 10 or 12. at
And
a
what
time.
was that?
Ingredients. You
Yeah.
tried to trap me, didn't you? I've had people to tell me, my doctor
great.
and his nurse, I take them to them when I go to the doctor.
Yeah, you
And
done.
she told me, she said, I believe I taste coconut in those. I said, whatever you think.
Ooh, that's a good.
There you go. Yeah.
I will say before you go, have you ever put it in the microwave for about 10 seconds?
Never had them that long. Except for the one I promised my daughter, and I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't expecting that.
Oh,
But if you put it in there for about 10 seconds, man, it melts in the middle.
really?
Oh, you need to try it with ice cream.
Mm,
Yeah,
I don't even like brownies,
Right.
but I love those.
they're good. They really
Yeah.
are. We appreciate.
Whatever that dang secret is, it's a good one.
When I was at the high
Whatever it
school,
is.
some of the girls that I would take them to, they would say, give us your recipe. And I would always tell them, because there would be several of them
Mhm.
who would ask me, and I said, when I die, I'll leave you the recipe.
Well, he'll be working hard this upcoming week, folks, early voting at the polls. And hey, you need to come out, because I guarantee you one of them days, Papa's Brownies will be circulating the area. I would put money on it.
Oh, man.
So there's some good news for you, Michael, too.
Good deal.
And what did I say? I'll say one more time the hours next week. It's pretty much Monday through Wednesday. It's 4 to 7 mainly next week, isn't it? No, it is mainly, but then Thursday and Friday next week it's 1 to 4. So Monday through Wednesday this upcoming week, folks, 4 to 7, and then Thursday and Friday it'll be from 1 to 4. So get out and early vote this week, and come talk to Michael here. He'll be out there campaigning.
We will.
So show up and vote. If you don't vote, you can't complain. It's that simple.
And we'd sure appreciate your vote.
There you go. All right, folks. Well, after the break, we'll have some sports and some good old Albertology. And, of course, we'll end it with some jokes. So that's all coming up next right here on the Albert and Billy Show. Stay tuned, folks.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to DunlapMercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
A good bank has people you can depend on, people who grew up here and can handle today's issues and growing technology. Here at Citizens Tri-County Bank, this is the way we've served the community for almost 50 years. Ready to help you in person, online, and on our app whenever you need it. Choose the bank that cares about you. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Albert and Billy Show here on WAT Radio and Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV. We want to thank and don't forget to go to BTC Fiber YouTube channel, obviously. Once again, get on there and subscribe. We really would greatly appreciate that, folks. No kidding. We'd appreciate it, but when Papa.
Yes, there's Ethan.
There's Mr. Producer. Thank God that producer is back. Anyway, folks, I'll go ahead and say the sponsors. Thank you to the following sponsors: Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilberry Insurance, Scotty's, the offices of Emma Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker, Farm Bureau Insurance with Matt Massengale and his friendly staff. Nickel Row Antiques are literally next door neighbor here. I always say, if you haven't checked it out, you really need to. It's very unique. It is, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And then Morgan Brothers, and of course, with Morgan Brothers, you have the Bankwalker Brewery and the venue. Gibbs Pools, State Farm Insurance, that's Nick Smith and his friendly staff.
Yes.
And Mill Dam Outdoor Adventures. Well, I need to see. They didn't give me my little article on them, that she gave me, but it's a nice place, I'll say that. And hopefully you're going to get to see it firsthand. We do still plan to film there, but the heat has been, like, we're going to have to either film in the morning or in the late evening, because the heat is brutal.
It's not so bad.
Yeah, and there's not been any days like that lately, that's for sure. Country Gospel Bluegrass Showcase Sunday, it's Lola's. Michelle Collier, her real estate company, Collier and Company Realty. She's been a guest on here and also a guest host. Remax, Cindy Nipper, realtor there. Dexter's Barbershop, The Butter Dish. Lee Station Baptist Church, and Southern Pearl Florist Home Decor and Gifts. Thanks to all you guys. And all right, Papa, let's hear some sports.
Sports of all sorts.
Yeah. Need some napkins here or something. And this time it wasn't me making the mess.
Wimbledon finals were last week. The women played
man,
on Saturday.
did you end up watching that?
Yes.
And she got, as that one I was telling you about that hit all those shots, her nerves got to her. It's kind of hard to watch there for a minute.
She won the first set.
Oh yeah, that was her at her best. That's how she normally plays. But it changed in the second set.
It changed it well as the second and third.
Yes. The momentum switched though.
Rabakina,
yeah.
She won the last two sets 6-2, 6-2.
She did. They were talking about it on there. Her coach was telling her before the match, trying to get her to come to the net. And she hadn't done it any. She was brave. And to win a championship like that, I always say you have to be brave. And she was brave.
She was the youngest
champion
woman
since
to win since 2015.
Or that might be, yeah. Petra Kvitova, I think, was the last one to win at such a young age. But this one girl had neither one of them had ever been to a final of a major. So nerves were clearly an issue.
Well, I think that's the reason Djokovic won. I think the other man got rattled.
He did.
I think he got
Kyrgios, which he's a character.
Well, he carried on a harangue with the umpire.
Oh yeah.
And you could tell it got to him.
He tends to do that to himself actually a lot. That's why that's his first major final.
But Djokovic wound up with 8-1 in the finals at Wimbledon.
That's very impressive.
Major number 23.
I know, and I hate that Nadal had he had to withdraw because of the injury. That had to really bother him.
And also, while we're on tennis, Federer, the latest rankings that came out, he's unranked.
Oh wow.
unranked.
Well, I'm trying to think how long he's been out with this injury, but it's been long enough to where that would happen.
He just dropped through the cracks in the floor.
Yeah, he's not been able to
Compete.
defend any points because of not competing. He had surgery. See, I can't remember what the problem is. We had to have a surgery, and it's kept him out over a year.
Yeah.
Be glad to see him come back. I hope he can. I'd love to see Roger Federer win another major. It'd be awesome.
He wouldn't it though at his age.
Yeah, and the injury to overcome that.
But now
Serena Williams, we should mention, even though she lost in the first round, she did make her come back after a year. She was also out for a year. You know, it's weird. She got injured last year at Wimbledon. We were watching at your house. I remember she fell on the grass.
Yeah,
If the court was too slippery. I remember she fell, and then after that, on a men's match, a guy, I can't remember who it was, he fell. The court was too slippery.
Too slippery.
They need to do something about that.
They should have.
Cause look what's done. I mean, the biggest star in the women's game.
Yeah.
Look what it done. She's been out for a whole year.
And still not up to form.
No, she'll have to get back in the groove. You can't be out a year and come. That's hard to do. Too
Well,
rusty.
now in golf, by the same token, Tiger Woods is competing again this year in the U.S. Open. It started yesterday,
Okay.
and he wound up with a 76 or 78 in the opening round, which is saying I'm not competitive. But
Yeah,
they followed him every shot on that course, and they interviewed him after he got through with his round of golf. They don't do anybody else that way except the winner.
True. That
at
is
the end
true.
Of the day, but they did him that way all day long because
it's Tiger Woods.
he is golf.
He is. He's still the face of golf, even though he's not getting the results.
But
That's
anyway,
kinda amazing. Isn't it?
today if he still does the same thing he did yesterday, he won't survive the cut.
That's sad to hear and watch. He's struggled so hard to come back to his former level. Injuries will do that. They will do
Well,
that.
and then you get a little older as time rolls around.
Yeah, but golf is you can play that sport for a
It's
long time.
Not like running up and down the basketball court.
It's not. Like some of them were, you play golf probably well into your 50s if you wanted to.
Oh yeah. Well, in football, pro football, George Blanda played till he was in his 40s, late 40s.
Oh, really?
He was
Look at Tom Brady.
He was Brady's in his 40s.
Yeah. And now that you say that, he retired and then has he made up his mind? That's so confusing.
I think he's still going to play.
Okay. He goes back and forth too much now.
Yeah. Well, I guess the money is appealing. But
that's the problem with a lot of people.
Some of those people don't need the money.
They don't need any more money.
They don't need the money, but they like the accolades. They like the applause. They like the recognition.
Right.
It's feeding their ego.
That's right.
And I think men are more vain than women.
Egos can be a problem at times. That's for sure.
With men particularly. College football. The other night on television, they were showing the games of the century that have been played. The first game of the century that got that moniker, Game of the Century, was in 1935. That was the year I was born.
Who was it? What teams?
The two teams were Michigan and Ohio State.
Wow, they've been good for a long time then.
I think Ohio State won 18-13, but that was the first game that got the media, got their attention, and they gave it the title Game of the Century. Well, after that game, Army in 1946, Army and Notre Dame faced off against each other at Yankee Stadium. And it was called the Clash of the Titans.
Really?
Army had Doc Blanchard and Glenn Davis. Notre Dame had Johnny Lujack. The final was 0-0.
Wow.
Army had beaten Notre Dame 2 years in a row, but this year no winner, 0-0. in the game of the century. They didn't play ties off.
Oh wow! What a letdown then.
All
Game of
right.
the century and nobody scores.
In 1966, Auburn down to Alabama. That was, well, I don't remember what year that was, but Auburn down to Alabama. In 1966, number 1 and number 2 was Michigan State and Notre Dame. Again, no winner. It was 10-10. That was the final.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame was
like
voted
that.
number 1, even though they tied Michigan State.
Wow. What a
In
slap to
1980,
Michigan State. Unless maybe they had a worse record.
I don't know why they didn't. But Miami versus Notre Dame in 1988.
That was a big one.
Notre Dame won 31-30.
Yeah.
Florida State versus Notre Dame. They were 1 and 2 in 1993. Again, it was the game of the century.
Right.
This was the first year in 1993. No huddle. That was the first time that a team tried that.
Was it Florida State? I believe it was.
I don't know which one it was. It just said first time no huddle was.
Oh, it seems like it seems like it was them.
And in 1971, Oklahoma was number 1, and Nebraska was number 1, and Oklahoma was number
That was
2.
a great rivalry.
Nebraska won 35-31.
I wonder if that was the Tom Osborne era, though.
It probably was.
Yeah.
But you don't hear games of the century anymore.
No, you don't. You don't.
But the media cashed in on that for many years, beginning in '35.
Yeah, I didn't
And
realize.
still going on in '93.
I know. It's what's weird is a lot of the games of the century, so to speak, were duds. Like they would not been fun to watch at all.
But I don't remember seeing Tennessee in there any.
I know that's a bummer. I know in '85 though we got a big win over the Miami Hurricanes. Remember that '85 Sugar Bowl? I remember that. I was a little kid.
Yeah, I remember
It was
that.
a big upset. Big upset.
That's when Johnny Boynton played.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that was a big upset. I'm telling you.
Who was the quarterback for
Well,
that?
no. Let's see. Well, no, this was '85. So no, Johnny Boynton would have been in the '60s, wasn't he?
Yeah, that'd been in the '60s.
Yeah. This was Miami and. Shoot! Now you got me. I'm all confused now, Papa.
I think it was
Oh,
Miami.
it was Tennessee. Yeah, we're talking about Tennessee, but it was '85, so it wasn't. But yeah,
Oh,
Tennessee.
Johnny Boynton.
But we were not supposed to win that game. We upset a really, really good Miami team that year. Miami
Okay.
used to be, they used to be a powerhouse.
They used to be a powerhouse.
Big time.
All right. In tennis, I told you. In golf, I told you about Tiger Woods.
Mm-hmm.
This new league, LIV, is the name of this new league that started. It's competitor
that?
against the PGA. Tiger has criticized players for deserting ship and going over to the new league.
Well, I'm not
But
surprised.
let me
at that.
tell you,
we
this-
knew it was going to cause some issues.
but the Department of Justice is investigating the PGA for the way they're treating the new kid on the block.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, I read that. I didn't read it. I heard it.
I would hope
I
that
can't
the
read the paper
Department of
anymore.
Justice
but
has something better to do than that.
and then I heard also on
Wow.
television
Wow.
that new kid on the block is offering any golfer that comes over a guaranteed $100 million.
What, golly, that's
That
ridiculous.
would get some of your big stars.
That would. What are they trying to do? Take
How
down the
long would it
PGA?
take you to win $100 million for competing on the circuit?
Well, I mean, I feel like they're trying to, do away with the PGA. They're trying to take its place. It definitely seems that way.
Well,
Which
they're
that's
like-
not right. That's not cool to do that though. That's
The
not.
next tournament's going to be in the United States. Going to be in Oregon.
That could be interesting.
All right. The Big 12 in football, college football. The Big
more
12
depressing
lost.
stuff.
He's going to lose Oklahoma and Texas.
And that's
They're
all
going to
a
the
bunch
SEC.
of bull
But
crap.
listen, what the Big 12 has in its offering to the
Probably something
fans
stupid.
of the Big 12 football, they have a Brigham. They have BYU.
Okay, well that makes more sense.
They're wanting to knock on the door. Also,
But they usually get a team that ain't nowhere near, anybody else in the conference.
Cincinnati,
See, there we go.
Houston,
There we go.
and Central Florida. They're wanting to join the Big 12.
That's that's just getting crazy, isn't it? It just doesn't make much sense, and you know that.
No, it doesn't. But I don't
It's
know the
weird.
answer. I don't know the answer.
I don't either. I don't
But
see how
it's-
anybody could.
Going back to the trivia questions, topsy-turvy.
It is, isn't it?
In baseball, the
That's for
Dodgers
sure.
already are being touted as 2-1 favorites to win the World Series. That'll be in October. Here it is in July.
Man, they're doing that way premature there.
The Braves are
That's just gonna put pressure on them
the Braves are
unnecessarily.
21-5 favorites to win.
Wow.
But
those-
also, speaking of the Dodgers, the workers in Dodger Stadium are threatening to strike.
Really?
And I've not heard any more about that to see if they're going to carry through with it or not, but they're threatening to strike. Evidently it's because of pay or working conditions, I don't know what, but
Yeah.
that's all I heard on television. And I don't have a paper to read anymore. That bothers me.
Well, you'll get to read it tomorrow or Sunday. You get it Sunday, right? They've not been bringing
They
it
just
either.
brought 2 Sunday papers.
Oh, and they're
they're
supposed to do that.
And I've not got any more.
Oh, we can't let them get away with that, Papa.
In basketball, the last 2 articles I've got is about basketball.
Right.
Last year, LeBron James made $42.5 million.
It's
The
ridiculous.
other night on television, it showed LeBron James attending a basketball game. He brought his own snacks from home in a Ziploc bag. Instead of buying at the concession stand and paying their prices,
Mm-hmm.
made $42.5
And like
million.
that's a concern for him, so that's not a good look. I'll just be honest with you. It makes him look a little bit greedy. It
All
really
right.
does.
He wants Kyrie to join the Lakers so that he'll have a better
Well, he
chance.
likes to have a stacked. LeBron James, if anything about him, he loves having a stacked team, making it unfair.
He wants to get he wants to win a title.
Well, he's already won one, so he needs to stop that crap.
The
Because
Nets
he's
are
going to
the,
have that's going to hurt him too. It's going to tarnish his legacy.
it will tarnish his
Mhm.
legacy because the media's they're hyping it already.
Well, he's played for too many different teams. It's always been him wanting to leave. Be loyal. He's not shown any loyalty. Not even to
Speak-
Cleveland.
Speaking
really.
of teams, people leaving
know?
teams, the Nets they are featuring Durant on
Oh.
their season tickets promotion, and we don't even know where his destination's going to be.
Then why would they do that?
I don't know.
It's,
And here it is.
he's not decided.
They're wanting Kyrie gone. They're wanting Durant to stay, and they may lose both of them.
They're not being smart at all.
They're being dumb.
You'd want to hang on to both of them, not lose them both.
I would, but they want Kyrie gone.
Oh,
They
she
want-
would come back to the Celtics.
But everything I've heard is Durant wants to leave.
Well, and he's going to start being another LeBron then, because he's starting to do. He's done that before. I don't like it when they do that. I don't.
Well, star status. If you are a franchise player, and the success of that franchise depends on your playing
Mhm.
ability, then that team's going to pay you accordingly.
They will. And most of the big stars like that in the NBA, they played with one team. They stuck with that team. I don't like it when they just hop to each team because a better chance to win with that team. Like after 4 or 5 times of doing that gets a little repetitive.
I saw
ridiculous,
where some
really.
player couldn't even pronounce his name. He was awarded a 7-year contract for $144 million.
Wow.
$144 million.
Mm.
I
That's
don't-
what people don't like to hear them complain
I
about.
couldn't even pronounce his
anything.
name. But he's that well respected that they've
Right.
given
He
him
must be good.
the largest contract.
Where's he from? Is he from?
I don't know.
Okay.
It just blew my mind. Like I
That
say,
is mind blowing.
I couldn't even pronounce his name.
It's too much money.
That's all I have in sports.
All right. Well, Albert, let's hear some Albertology.
In Albertology, I have a couple of celebrity ciphers. This first one is from Omar Bradley. Omar Bradley was a military man. And
I've heard that name.
highly respected.
Okay.
He says, I have returned to honor the valiant men who died. This would have been ideal to have read the weekend of the decoration at the
Yeah.
cemetery. Every man who set foot on Omaha Beach was a hero.
Yeah.
World War II was a factor in a lot of men's lives. A lot of lives were lost in World War II. And
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, when Truman decided to drop the atomic bomb on those two cities in Japan, Nagasaki and Hiroshima,
Mm-hmm.
the next foe, the next target for the United States Army was Japan itself. And don't
Wow,
you know,
you did tell me that before. Yes.
we lost so many lives at Iwo Jima, but if we had attacked Japan, don't you know that it would have been astronomical, the number of
It would.
lives that would have been lost.
It would.
And Truman made that decision alone. He made the decision to drop the bomb.
He did.
Then Japan did not kneel and say enough.
They should have, but they didn't.
A second bomb on a second city
That done.
sent them winding.
It did. I don't know why they didn't on the first one,
I
but
don't either. I mean, you should have gotten a message.
right, yeah, absolutely.
But again, you know, Carol and I got to go into Truman's home when we made that trip with Eddie, Clyde, and Betty.
Yeah,
And it was interesting and we went into Truman's library, and I remember seeing his desk, and he had a little sign, a little logo, and it said, "The buck stops here."
oh yeah,
He
that's
took
right.
he took blame for everything because he was president.
I like that. Don't have many like that no more.
Gladys Knight said this, "I'm a people lover."
She's a good singer too.
Oh yeah. I think people are one of God's greatest creations. They're interesting and intriguing. Let me tell you,
That's true.
others are so important because you rub shoulders with them every day and you
Yeah.
see them all the time. And you are one of those others to someone else.
That's exactly right. I like that.
All right, that's just pure Albertology.
Oh, is it? Well, that's a good one there.
I have some articles from Reader's Digest.
Thank you, Emily.
Emily brought me a gallon of milk last week.
Oh, cool.
She brought me a bag of grapes yesterday.
Oh, I still have them.
She brought me my dinner today.
Well, go Miss Emily. Feel
But
free to bring 2 plates, next time.
This is from one of the pages of Reader's Digest.
Okay.
This is not jokes.
Right. What is it? Just a saying?
It's
or a
just
story?
Albertology. When
Okay.
I told an unmarried friend I was engaged, she asked whether my fiance was perfect. I told the friend she was not. In that case, she said, don't get married until you find the perfect person. I
Well-
ignored my friend and have had 26 years of imperfect marriage, 4 children, and a husband that I love, and our marriage so far has been happy.
Well, that's all. that
I have
matters.
learned to tolerate imperfection in others. Oh, by the way, that friend of mine that said don't marry till you meet the perfect person, she's still single.
She's still trying to find it. Yeah, you're trying to find somebody perfect. You're gonna be
closest-
looking forever.
The closest thing that I ever found in a woman to perfection was Carolyn.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh,
I did.
I would tell any woman that I'm
Yeah.
around that.
Yeah, you would.
This is some advice that I read out of Reader's Digest.
And this is the worst advice. It says. Worst advice I ever got.
Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud.
Oh, what? How's that the worst advice
Well,
I ever got?
Don't read that up there. Just
Okay.
listen to what I say.
Okay.
This makes sense. Try to
Okay.
be a rainbow in someone's cloud.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Don't ever take a fence down until you know why it was put up.
True. True.
That makes sense.
It does make sense. Yeah.
Now listen to this. Nearly 25 years ago, this is a military experience. My father told me about his experiences in Vietnam. One night he was stranded in an unfamiliar territory with a flat tire. Luckily, a fellow soldier came along and gave my father his spare. Now I'm a paramedic. I recently worked with an older EMT I had never met before.
Yeah.
At the end of our 12-hour shift, he said, "You know, you look a lot like your father."
Right.
He recognized my last name. And so I had been paired up with the hero who had saved my father 50 years ago. 50 years
That's
ago.
crazy.
And he recognized his last name.
That's crazy.
Now this is the most amazing thing I ever read.
What the
This
very special?
very
finish?
special finish.
Now, is it before you say? Is that like? I wonder if any of these are true things that happen.
These are true. These are
Wow. Okay.
true. It says your true stories.
Yeah, oh, I see that now.
My son Mark volunteered to help Sherry, a young runner at a local Special Olympics event.
Okay.
Special Olympics. They're not up to snuff.
Right.
Sherry was happy and enthusiastic. Mark encouraged her, kept her calm, and let her know when it was time to line up for the race. When the starting pistol sounded, she took off like a lightning bolt, leaving her fellow racers far behind. As she neared the finish line, she stopped, turned around, and motioned for the other runners to hurry. And she waited for them so they could all cross the finish line together.
Oh yeah. What
Isn't
about
that sweet?
Yeah. Now
is so
that's a
sweet.
definition of a good person with
Now
a good
listen
heart.
to this. This is, what are the odds of this happening? Jamie Brown,
Is it another true story?
this is a true story, is one lucky baby. She
Mhm.
was born at 7:11 p.m. on 7/11. Guess what she weighed?
7 pounds 11 ounces. That's
7 pounds,
crazy.
11 ounces.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
Wow. Who would have thought that?
How many of you give gift cards as Christmas presents?
You do. A lot of people do.
A lot of people do. But listen, gift cards are an easy option, but they can also be a big waste of money. In 2015, more than $1 billion of gift cards were never cashed in.
Whoa.
1 billion,
I wonder why people, I mean, I don't get that. Do you?
no. If you ever,
I was thinking greeting cards with you. You get greeting cards. You make them.
I've already made my Christmas cards.
Ah, you have to bring them up here and let people see them now.
I've got 2 so far that I've made.
Okay. I just check 'em out.
Pictures that I've drawn.
Okay.
Now,
Good
these are
deal.
points to ponder, and I want you to listen. I want you to listen. Billy, how many times have you heard me say that?
More times than I can count.
All right, now listen. Listen. The 2 words, silent and listen, have the same letters. Have the same letters.
Gosh, what is it with today? I'm learning all kinds of stuff like that.
In whatever relationship you may be in, the best way to listen is to be silent.
That is true. That is true. So many people want to. You notice how people. I've noticed that people are so worried about their input, they won't even let the other person finish their thought.
Yeah,
They're too busy worried about what they're going to say. They don't even listen to you.
And that happens a lot of times in husband and wife.
Oh yeah, it seems like it happens a lot. You know, with some people, and it's important to know though. What you're saying is so true.
Yeah.
You have to listen to them.
In the coldest February on record,
It's
as in
Angelina Jolie too, by the way. I'm getting to see a picture of her.
in the coldest February, as in every other month, in every other year, the best thing to hold on to in this world is each other.
That's true.
Isn't that
That's
beautiful?
true.
People used to wait in line at the checkout and daydream because it took a while to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Now they pull out their phones and go into the digital world.
Yeah.
This is a missed opportunity to reflect, relax, and be mindful of the moment.
Oh, it is, absolutely.
Creativity lives in those quiet spaces.
Well, it does, and
This is the
should
last.
just talk to the people there and do the phone later.
Yeah.
That is a problem.
People make fun of my phone. I want to talk about Jaws just for a minute.
The movie Jaws.
The movie
yeah.
Jaws. The big summer movies for this year are Jurassic World Dominion,
Huh, I know.
Thor, Love and Thunder, Lightyear,
Mhm.
Buzz Lightyear, and Top Gun, Maverick.
Oh,
I
yeah,
read where
that's
that's
out now.
already top. I read where that's already topped $1 billion.
Golly, Dave.
But the concept of big summer movies began 47 years ago with Jaws.
Oh, didn't know that. I really didn't know that.
It became the first movie to earn $100 million.
I did not know that.
That was 47 years ago. Here's some fun facts about the real shark attack happened in New Jersey that prompted the movie Jaws.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
It was on the
Dang.
beaches of New Jersey is where the sharks were attacking.
Wow, that's attacking the Jersey Shore, probably.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, Steven Spielberg wound up being the director, but he was not the first director. The first director was named Dick Richards. He didn't know the difference in a whale and a shark, so they fired him. He didn't know the difference in a whale and a shark.
He needed to be fired.
They made 3 mechanical sharks, and
Mm.
each one of them cost $750,000 to make that movie. And he named and Spielberg had a lawyer named Bruce, and he named each one of those sharks Bruce.
Bruce, they are named Bruce. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
The co-stars Richard Dreyfuss and Robert Shaw couldn't stand each other and argued all the time,
Oh, wow.
and it created a lot of tension between their characters because they had to be in the movie.
Oh, I'm sure.
But they did not like each other, and it showed.
Really? That's crazy. You know, you hear that sometimes on shows, though, but a lot of times you'd never know it unless you hear it. It's amazing how they can just put all that away and act, and you would never know anything's going on.
When you get to thinking about it, the actor or the actress that fills the role of whatever it is they're doing,
Yeah.
if you sit on television, they are good at what they do because you live in the moment.
Yeah, you do.
You
That
live
is
in the
true.
moment.
Yeah, that is true.
The extras in Jaws, all they had to do was scream and run, and they were paid $64 a piece.
There's quite a few of them, too.
All right,
A bunch of them would run from him.
now it's time for jokes.
Good. Need to hear something funny.
I had a chance encounter with a pastor who told me about a wonderful event held at his church. We had a singing group the other day that performed without instruments.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked, a cappella? Without instruments.
Yeah. Fair question.
And he shrugged his shoulders and said, I don't remember the name of the group. He didn't know what a cappella meant.
I like that.
Now listen to this 4th grader. He celebrated his birthday on crutches so he couldn't carry the cupcakes to school.
Mm-hmm.
He had to have help, so I asked his 6th grade brother to help carry the cupcakes in.
Mm-hmm.
The 6th grader said, well, I can, but I'd prefer not to.
Honest answer.
So my husband seized upon the moment to teach Noah about what would Jesus do. And Noah said, well, Jesus would heal him so he could carry his own cupcakes.
Well, that was a smart answer.
6th grader?
Yeah, that's slick right there now. That's pretty good.
Mother was a champion worrier. It didn't matter how much my siblings and I tried to reassure her.
Yeah.
Worrying works, she liked to say. Look at all the
Really?
things I've worried about that never happened. I've heard that before.
Have you really?
I've heard people say, "Why worry? It won't happen anyway."
Oh, well, yeah. Now I think about it. I've heard
People worry
people
about
say
things that won't happen.
They do. Yeah, they do. That's true.
When my mother did her laundry on a sunny day, she liked to hang her clothes
Outside.
wash on a clothesline in the back. We had a 2-line clothesline
Yeah.
in our backyard, and some boys were robbing a car, stealing parts off of it in the house next door to us one night. It was late, and I got up to use the bathroom,
No
and I
way.
saw these 2 boys out there, had the car hood up. The man that lived next door worked for Chevrolet Garage, and he'd driven a car home, and they were stripping that car.
Dang.
And so I called the law.
Yeah.
I called the law,
Mm-hmm.
and so the law came by the cemetery,
Yeah.
and they turned their lights off and went slow, and so they wouldn't disturb those boys. And so they made the swing and came down the road where I live, but of course they were on that house on the corner, and they pulled in
Yeah.
and turned the lights on. Those 2 boys started running.
Oh.
One of them was running through my backyard, and the clothesline got him. I'm not going to tell
That's
you.
funnier than the joke.
I'm not going to tell you their names. When my mother did her laundry on a sunny day, she liked to hang her clothes on the clothesline. So I was on the phone with her when an unexpected shower popped up. And she said to me, "I have to go. It's starting to rain. I have to go outside and take off my clothes." Take off my
I
clothes.
like it. That's pretty good. I don't think any of them can top this true story that you just told, though. I really don't. I'm just imagining them running into your clothesline.
I don't know what caused me to
That's
look
awesome.
out. I mean, I got up to use the bathroom, and I don't know what caused me to look out the window to even see them.
I'm glad you did, because that is so funny. I just wish I could have seen it. Man, you don't hear that every day.
I never did tell either one of those boys that I was the one that ratted over. A woman is in an exclusive pet store
Mm-hmm.
looking to buy a sweater for her dog. We were talking about pets a while ago.
Yeah, we were.
The Methodist Church is going to have
Yeah.
a blessing of the pets.
Yeah, because I truly had never heard that till we said it.
After witnessing much hemming and hawing and the scrutinizing of the size of each item, the salesperson finally pipes in and says, "Why don't you bring the dog in for a fitting?" "I can't do that. This is a surprise."
My gosh.
She's got a smart dog.
She does, don't she? Man.
This is the last one I'm going to tell.
Okay.
A turtle is crossing the road when he's mugged by 2 snails. When the police show up to investigate the incident,
Oh,
they ask the turtle what happened. And the shaken turtle replies, "I don't know, it happened so fast."
man, those were good, Papa.
It happened so fast.
Yeah, I bet it did.
Can you imagine how slow
How
turtles
slow
are?
that would be. Gosh, I cannot stop thinking about the story you told. That is so funny.
I don't know what possessed me to. I don't know how come me to think of that.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. The clothesline saved the day.
Just like I told Warner Cagle that day, she accosted me up there at the funeral home. "Albert, you talked about me on television the other day."
Yeah, we did.
I did not mean to bring up her name, nor her daughter, Linda.
Oh, I'm sure she didn't mind though.
But-
She's a big. She watches all the time.
But what I'm saying is, when I'm on here, I don't ever know what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're not doing it to, for any wrong reason. That's for
No.
sure. But she knows that. She knows that.
She's real. Warner, I was talking about the fact that her mother and daddy always played cards with us.
Yeah.
That's the reason I brought up her name.
Yep.
Was her mother and daddy.
Mm-hmm. Well, I knew she would. I knew she would see because I knew she watched the show all the time.
I did not know, but see, I don't know who watches.
Well, she does. She's called a couple of times up here at the radio station and told me.
I run into people when I'm going to the grocery store and things like that.
That's daily. That's not every once in a while. That's daily, which that's fine. I don't mind at all. We appreciate that.
Well, I'm glad somebody's watching.
Yeah, a lot of people are. A lot of people, and we appreciate it. We really do appreciate it. That's humbling too. That's very humbling, and we're very grateful for that, for sure. We can't do it without you.
Well, it's nice to have people that, what do you call them, fans, don't you?
Yeah, we have several of them. It's kind of mind blowing, but we sure do. But like I said, we appreciate all of y'all, and
Yes.
We'll be back next week for another all new episode of the Albert and Billy Show. So you guys be sure to join us next week. But until then, I hope all you guys have a great week, and we'll see you guys next time.
Some of you have a birthday in between.
That's right. Let us know. So long, folks.
See you later.
Hey, folks. Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks, everybody, for watching.